playing a character that's a critic, but you've done all kind of movies and things where people have, been able to critique you. How is that different? What did you have to bring to that role? Because usually critics are faceless and you just know their names. You go, what?
It was really cool, actually. I've definitely been in that situation of being in an interview with someone and thinking, wow, I thought that went really differently. And that article is not representative of that at all. And then there's other times where it's like, oh, wow, that person really stuck up for this film that, maybe is really artsy or different or unusual. I had that with the New York Times with my film Descent. They gave a review that was like, you couldn't have written it in your, favorite, most amazing dream.
Right.
It was unbelievable. The film didn't do very well. It was a very small film. It was a very artsy film. It's not for everybody. We knew that going in. But, the fact that it was seen on someone on that level that we respect, with the newspaper we respected so much, it was just like, whoa, that's a big deal. So then all these years later now to be working for the New York Times, it was like, that's really awesome. I'm happy to pay it forward in that sense and really show what that is behind the scenes, because it is, these are fans. These are people who are journalists. These are people who have lives and situations. And it's like, I don't have all day to be getting this. So I'm going to be point blank about this.
Right.
Yo, what's up? And really, and do that. And thank goodness for that, because, it's not always some people dial it in. Some actors dial it in.
Right.
Everybody does it in different industries. Some people lie. Some people fuss with things. Some people are looking for, just the smut. But there are some people who are out there going, you know what? I have an opportunity right now that a lot of other people would like to have, and I'm going to help them to feel like they were here. So let's have this conversation for real. And that's a really awesome thing, and I think it's a really good window for the average viewer to see.
And as and as I watched the movie, I was telling Chris earlier, it just showed so beautifully. The cinematography was really I was like, this is really cool. But for you, being from New York, was it good to see some real New York places? Because in movies, a lot of times it's like, you shot in Atlanta, but it looks like New York.
Yep, and I've had that plenty of times, but I have to say I've been lucky with that. I've shot with Spike twice here in New York. I've had Sidewalks of New York and Men in Black we shot here, and, Kids, my very first movie was New York, and each version of New York was very, very different. Some were glossier because it was a more big-budget film. Other ones were just grittier, that didn't have cell phones, so they feel dated. It's like a totally different thing. One still has the World Trade Center in it. Now it's gone.
Right.
Now we're looking at Ground Zero, 25th Hour. It's a whole other thing, and this New York is a New York I grew up in, walking around in Union Square, going around and being on the train. And that was really awesome that we get to share that with people, because New York is a character. It is, and people say that, but it truly is. I've been around the world, and there will be people that are our mega stars, and people go, I don't know who you're talking about, but you say New York,
right.
And I have never met someone who didn't end up just going, New York, or something. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. It's really cool, and it's a great character to have in this already tremendous cast.
Well, you were wonderful, and thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today.
Absolutely. Thank you.